Hey guys, it's time to talk video games, but first an update. If you're just tuning in for the update, I'll make it fast. Animations are coming, not to this channel, to Lyle McDouchebag's channel again for the next few months. We'll be doing a hit confirm episode for Injustice 2's story, and for Tekken 7 in the coming month. And there will be a review of Persona 5 and Nier Automata somewhere in the future. So that's it for that, thanks for tuning in, and now let's get to the E3 stuff. First of all, I'll be joining my friends in restreaming E3 and having live reactions over on twitch.tv/gotobedcast. So a ton of like pre-E3 trailers and stuff have come up actually in like the past month for a ton of games. I think this is kind of like a confirmation of what, like, they're announcing new things to show you what will be at the conferences, but also confirming things that won't be at conferences, like getting them out of the way early so that they can talk about other stuff during the conferences, you know, to avoid having similar schedules to last year. Like, it was confirmed Death Stranding won't be at the Sony conference, you know, so we won't be expecting that to take up any portion of that conference's time, you know, just like it did last year and the year before that. So I think all that's happening specifically, like, more often this year, just so they could talk about more stuff and talk about less repeating stuff. So predictions for the Xbox show, I'm expecting more talk about PC gaming integration, which I'm hype about since was my primary platform and still kind of is. I would wish they would show less virtual reality and less Project Scorpio, but I know that's probably going to be the highlights of their conference aside from the PC gaming integration, and it's not really what I want. PlayStation already confirmed they're not showing a new console, so you know, there's gonna be a huge contrast in the Xbox to PlayStation shows again this year. Bethesda has Fallout 4 VR to show off, and I'm only excited for that because of being in VR with mods. Like, if I can get to go into the New Vegas open world with a VR mod, that's fucking hype. I'll take that. There's always been rumors about new Elder Scrolls 6, ever since Skyrim came out, and it's like, it just keeps showing up, so I don't know, I still don't expect Elder Scrolls 6 to show up, but I mean, people talk about it. I don't know what else they would have to show either, honestly. At the PC gaming show, I never really have high expectations since they started them. I think it'll just be a boring roundtable talk about new hardware coming out. So I mean, if you have a 1080 or a 1080 Ti, get ready for that thing to just go obsolete as soon as this conference starts. Over at Ubisoft, they might show Far Cry 5, even though it doesn't come out for another year. Like, they might show a bit of it, because I don't know what else they would have to show anyways, but I'm fascinated by Far Cry 5, because I live in that kind of rural area, and I think it's like boring as hell, but like when you put in pretty video game graphics, it's like romanticizing or exacerbating how it looks. It's pretty alright. Maybe more Watch Dogs 2 DLC, that would be great. Watch Dogs 2 was good, see more DLC of it. We should see Beyond Good and Evil 2, can't really care less about that. Maybe South Park will finally be ready to come out. I've lost all like hype for that game. Like, I had no hope for it when they announced it wasn't an Obsidian game, and then I got a little hype for it as they showed more and more of it, but now that it's getting more delayed, ever since, who was it? THQ went under? I don't know, I'm pretty iffy on it. I don't have high expectations anymore. If it's going through a development hell, we all know how that goes. And I'm expecting more cringe. Aisha Tyler won't be there, but that is not gonna stop Ubisoft from doing their thing. I don't think it ever did. I think she was really just paid a lot of money to do the conferences anyways. So for PlayStation, tons of expectations, just like last year, showing game after game after game. It's hilarious. God of War, I think looks boring and disappointing compared to what God of War was like the best Western action game of the last, ever, and now it's become third-person action, and I don't know, that footage they showed last year is not promising. Last of Us 2, kind of excited for, ready to see more of that. Crash Bandicoot, little disappointed in how it's looking so far, but I need to see more Crash 3. I need to know that Crash 3 feels like Crash 3, because to me, that's the only good one of those games, is Crash 3. But if Crash 3 plays like Crash 3 and not like this, and if they don't, like, if you haven't played 1, 2, and 3, they all feel very differently. So if you have to play 3's levels with like 1 or 2's controls, that's not gonna be worth it. Kingdom Hearts 3 or Final Fantasy 7 remake, I would really want to see. I don't expect them to be seen, but they haven't deconfirmed it yet, I don't think. They did say those games would be out within the next 3 years, so I mean, you know, here we go, seeing more Kingdom Hearts 3 at a conference. Woo. More Final Fantasy VII Remake gameplay. They showed gameplay, but you know, the recent news where the development switched back to in-house at Square. If you didn't know, Final Fantasy VII Remake was not being made in-house by Square. It was being made at another company overseen by Nomura, which did imply that it could have got done in time, but now that it's in-house and probably right under Nomura's scope, yeah, 3-4 years maybe. I want to see some gameplay for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite here. That game is looking really exciting, and I am super excited to see more of it. Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces, I could expect to see like at least glimpses of Mania. I don't know if they will just release specific trailers or be at the conferences, but we'll see, because we have more to see of Sonic Forces at least. Then there is the Insomniac Spider-Man game. I think everyone is sleeping on this game real hard. I don't think we understand the implications of a Spider-Man game made by Insomniac Games. That is the hypest shit, and we're just gonna have to see the gameplay before we all start getting into it. Also, Destiny 2, I'm excited to see. I would rather see it at like a PC show so we could see the PC version more, since that's the 60 FPS version of it, but you know, I'll take what we can get. I'm excited for Destiny 2. And I think they will show something of Final Fantasy 15 episode Prompto, because that does come out, that should come out this month, so we'll see. They'll probably announce the release date for it and have some emotional trailer. And man, I'm fucking ready to get emotional on that shit. Then the last conference, last but not least, is gonna be Nintendo. It's not a traditional conference, again, I don't know why that was even a news story. Like, it was breaking news that Nintendo wasn't doing a traditional conference. Like, we're aware they haven't done a traditional one since 2012, right? That's, the directs have always been how they've done it since, and they've proven way more successful. So anyways, expecting to see Mario Odyssey gameplay. I'm hyped for that. That's just immediate, $60 down, bam, ready to get it. Splatoon 2, another game that $60 down, ready to pick up. But I don't know, they showed gameplay, they showed a significant amount of gameplay about Splatoon 2, Pokemon, ARMS, well not Pokemon, but ARMS and Splatoon 2. I've seen a lot of gameplay in the last month, so they might not be like big highlights out of everything. They might just be 1 or 2 trailers not there at all, which would be great because it saves time for more things, like Pokemon, because we just got the new Pokemon games announced, which totally means that there is going to be more news right at E3. Other than that, I want more ports. I want every AAA title that they can possibly like put them all on the Switch. I'll buy them again. I'll buy Persona 5 again. I'll buy Yakuza 0. Those games have no likeliness, but I would totally buy them if they had Switch ports. I am all for like developers putting their games onto Switch, I think. Oh man. But the most important Switch game that I'm looking for is going to be the Smash Switch version. I don't want to say Smash Wii U Deluxe, that wouldn't make sense, but I do want to see the Smash game that was on Wii U ported right to Switch. I wouldn't even want any like new content. I think there will be like stages at the very least, but I wouldn't care. I would be totally ready to accept whatever they had. Oh, the same thing for a Pokemon game on Switch. If they could put a Pokemon game on Switch, that'd be hype. Oh, the other thing I would be totally hype over is showing Monster Hunter Double Cross English gameplay at the Direct, so we can know that's coming to the West as well. I'm still picking that game up in Japanese, don't get me wrong, it's so easy to, since since you could just access the Japanese eShop like easy. But you know, if I could read it, that would be nice too. Alright, so that's all my thoughts and opinions. I'll see you all at the conferences. We're at twitch.tv/gotobedcast, or follow my Twitter, where I will also be keeping up with some reactions. So until then guys, I'll see you all later.